It's no disrespect to Osasuna, but Barcelona's return to the Liga after that 4-0 win midweek against Dinamo Kiev was all about some of those other big ideas and big pictures going on in the background. First, it was a moment of silence for Diego Maradona, which was obviously something that was going to be a nice gesture and something that was going to happen everywhere. Then it was also the club celebrating its 121st birthday. But more to the match, for Barcelona still having to take care of business, sitting at the beginning of the match today in 11th place in the Liga table. Ronald Koeman went with another new idea that we saw a little bit of midweek. As Frances did mention on the FC Barcelona Match Center halftime show, which is also available on YouTube, Martin Braithwaite served as a reference point just as he did midweek against Dinamo Kiev, but this time in the start it was Antoine Griezmann. Behind them it was Coutinho, obviously Griezmann, and Messi, with Alba and Dest basically playing as wingbacks as Barcelona had 72% of possession, and Pedri and De Jong the double pivot. Pedri playing in the double pivot for the second time. The only other time was last match against Dinamo Kiev when Riqui Puig came off the bench and Pedri for a few short minutes moved to the double pivot. So maybe that was an opportunity midweek where Koeman said, it's fine, it's something I like, and with Pjanic, not sure if he's dealing with fitness or whatever it was, and Busquets still kind of coming back to his fitness, Koeman decided to go with legs and two players that would work hard in defensive transition. So with Messi and Coutinho technically the left wing and right wing, as I mentioned, they were tucked in, Alba and Dest serving as the wingers, and De Jong in tight. Barcelona were basically attacking in a 4-3-3 with Pedri playing as an interior, and then defending in a 4-2-3-1. As I mentioned, Pedri's speed important in defensive transition. His quickness compared to Busquets and Pjanic allowing Barcelona to press a bit better when they lost the ball. As I said, they were attacking a 4-3-3, so Pedri being in front of De Jong allowed De Jong, almost as a free safety, if you will, with the American football reference, to patrol right outside of where that congestion of the press was. I was happy to see, even though Dest has that knock, he did look like he was dealing with the knock. He had some important positioning errors with Messi where there were times when they could have worked 1-2s and they didn't. But his defending, I thought today, was spot on, even if the advanced metrics don't say so. On the other side, Jordi Alba was running rampant on that left flank, serving with nice combinations with Alba, De Jong, Coutinho, and Griezmann, all of them overloading the left side of the pitch. And Osasuna also needing to take the potential ball to Messi from Alba very seriously, providing space for those others. And that spacing issue that Osasuna was having dealing with Barcelona and all their attackers came on that first goal. Martin Braithwaite getting in the right position after a nice build-up from Barcelona, and Messi also flirting with that hand of God tribute as well. For Braithwaite, it's his third goal in just 2 matches, and a good sign to see that he's finally finding the back of the net in a Barcelona uniform. The second goal for Barcelona came soon after. It was Griezmann's goal. Dest and Messi, their positioning this time around was absolutely correct. They were able to work a 1-2, and the gravitational pull of Messi was able to get Osasuna's low block out and worried about the Argentine. Then it was over to Alba and off the clear from the defender. Griezmann with an absolute golazo, putting his boot through it. Can't say enough about the finish from Antoine Griezmann. And every time he does put the ball in the back of the net, we say, oh, this is the moment where he's going to have a little bit of confidence. But you could see from his body language in this match, maybe it was something that was worked out off the field or in the locker room. But Griezmann felt like he had a weight lifted off his back. And that golazo was almost a representation of all of that. On the other side, Osasuna weren't too bad. While they did have a difficult time with counterattacks, as opposed to some other teams that have caught Barcelona out on the break, they did have that attempt with Budimir who couldn't reach it, and they were offside on the other good chance. But Marc-Andre ter Stegen today, getting his second clean sheet in a row and his second clean sheet of the season, didn't look like he was in the mood to concede today. Ter Stegen with some fantastic saves, even on that offside attempt. In that first half, it was all Barcelona. They put their impression on this match. Again, maybe it was a little bit of that juju from Maradona, but 12-1, the shot disparity in that first half in Barca's favor. At halftime, Busquets comes on for Pedri, already with that 2-0 lead. And this is one of those moments where it wasn't a punishment of Pedri, where you usually see players come off at halftime, but Pedri's played a lot of minutes, and Busquets actually is the one who comes on with legs and comes on to dictate the pace of the match in the way that he did. So a wonderful performance to see from Pedri in the first half, just doing those little things. Nothing that was going to jump off the page, but moving the ball well, circulating the ball well, helping on the press, and then Busquets winds up being a different flavor for Barcelona in the second half and being exactly what they need. Both players being exactly what Barcelona needs in those halves. In that second half, the gravitational pull of Messi was ratcheted up to 11 as well. Osasuna were just so terrified of what he could do on the ball that they were continuing to leave space for everyone else. And Coutinho, on that third goal, playing the important part. I think one of the only good sequences that Coutinho had in this match for that front four. He was the one that just really wasn't on his best day. So Coutinho slides through Braithwaite, a deflection to Griezmann, and Coutinho gets the goal. Griezmann made the initial tackle to make it a 3v3 as well, so Griezmann deserving tons of credit on that third goal as well. In the 60th minute, it was Trincao, Dembele, and Junior coming on for Braithwaite, Coutinho, and Dest. Junior at right back, because I think, again, Dest not fully fit, dealing with a knock. We'll have to see if he plays midweek against Ferencváros, but Junior fitting at right back where he's not really natural. Well, he hasn't really been natural at the left back spot or the center back spot either, but it was good to see Junior get more minutes and just be a part of the team. There have been questions about whether he was going to be moved off in January, but any minute he gets and any additional minute he gets through the remainder of this December is going to be whether or not he moves in January. And if the club actually needs him to move in January, now that the salaries have been lowered and the club has been able to avoid bankruptcy. The unfortunate news from this game happened shortly thereafter. Lenglet goes down. Barca have already used 4 of their subs. They used the final one in Alenya and moving De Jong back to the back line. Not sure how long Lenglet is going to be out. You want to hear the conversation for that? The podcast is already actually recorded and will be out tomorrow with Francesca and I, and we do talk about the center back and what Koeman could possibly do there on the podcast tomorrow. The first time we almost saw the 4-0 was an offside goal. Dembele scores it. Messi dribbles into a crowd. Trincao picks up and instead of shooting, finds a wide open Dembele for the finish. Trincao just offside in the build-up though. But that fourth goal did come, and I'm glad it came in the way it did. It comes off the left boot of Messi, and what a wonderful sight it was to see the Newell's Old Boys Maradona tribute from Messi. We obviously understand the story that when Messi, not only does he understand as an adult that he carries on the legacy of a left-footed Argentine legend in Maradona, but the story goes about Newell's Old Boys. Maradona played at Newell's Old Boys when Messi was still in their youth academy. So a 6-year-old Messi comes on at halftime of one of Maradona's matches and keeps the crowd entertained with a dribbling display and some keep-ups at the age of 6. So a beautiful story there. And that goal comes not because of the gravitational pull of Messi, but because Barcelona, having 72% of possession, had worn down Osasuna, and this was a worn down Osasuna team that allowed Messi to get his favorite dribble across the top of the penalty box and the shot off his left foot for the nice goal. Not as nice as Griezmann's, but the celebration from Messi certainly meant a lot more than the Fortnite one that Griezmann did for his daughter. I almost want to give co-man of the match between Griezmann and Messi in this competition. Frances said it was Griezmann. He had 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 big chances created, 3 shots on target, 2 key passes, 96% passing, and 4 of 7 of his duels won. Messi, meanwhile, 4 key passes, 8 accurate long balls out of 9 attempts. That's showing you how well Barcelona was switching the field. 88% passing for Messi, 1 of 1 accurate on his crosses, 2 big chances created, 3 successful dribbles, and the 1 goal. And for me, Messi was my man of the match. Maybe it was that Maradona celebration that sent it over for me. As I already mentioned as well, Ter Stegen giving you a good argument. He didn't really have to make too many saves, but he kept his first La Liga clean sheet of the season and his second straight. And as well, I have to mention before we leave, a fine showing from Mingueza. Solid again, 6 clearances, 1 interception in a dominant Barca effort. 10 shots on target to just 5 from Osasuna. And even those 5 on target for Osasuna weren't necessarily ones that I expected to go into the back of the net. So this was a pretty comprehensive, fantastic performance from Barcelona, winning again in back-to-back matches 4-0 the scoreline. They head to Hungary midweek against Ferencváros. I expect to see a lot of those fringe players and bench players once again. So we will see you not only back here for the podcast that'll come out tomorrow, but we'll see you midweek for that Ferencváros match review. Until then, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And as always, until next time, Forza Barca.